We know that immunity can develop both from natural infection as well as from the vaccine. There is some research that shows that the type of immunity that you develop from a COVID vaccine may be more active against the different variants. There's some early research that shows that immunity from natural infection may be more narrow and only good against fewer strains, whereas immunity from the vaccine may be broader and better against more variants. We know that following natural infection, we expect that there will be 2 or 3 months of immunity from recurrent infection. We are really doing long-term studies to see how long vaccine immunity will last. We suspect vaccine immunity will last longer, at least 6 to 9 months based on antibody tests. So we're waiting to see if there's going to be any recommendation for further vaccines down the road. But currently we suspect that immunity from vaccine will last longer than immunity from disease. Also, if you've recovered from disease, then a few months later you can have vaccine, and that will further prolong your immunity. We know for sure that if you develop infection after vaccine, which would be very unlikely, that your disease will be very mild, probably asymptomatic, and not likely to require hospitalization. We're not sure about recurrent infection after an initial infection. It may be just as bad, or if it's a variant, it may be worse. So we know that infection after vaccine is likely to be mild. We're not sure how the second infection after natural infection would go, and we would be concerned that it might go badly. We have good information that shows what the response of the vaccine does for an individual and for the population. We don't have that kind of good information related to what does natural infection do for an individual or for the population. So we don't know what that protection is going to offer. Some people feel that they've already had the infection and they are protected. We don't have good science to back that up. We have excellent ways of tracking who has received the vaccine. We do not have good ways of tracking who has had infection. So right now, the best means to further the successes against the pandemic is with immunization and tracking of immunization.